It has been a long time since I've talked to the camera in a format of planning to post and share with the internet, specifically YouTube. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kaycee. I am a graphic designer who focuses in on web and branding. I am the founder of Essence Design Studio, and I wanted to return to YouTube. I have been making shorts here and there, YouTube shorts, kind of just documenting my life and my day-to-day and such. And it's been fun. It's my this is my first year of being a full-time brand and web designer. Has been slow. Last year was really hot and steady. There was fast momentum, but I'm in a slow period of my journey, so I've been using it to rework my website, reformat and reestablish my why. I also this year got back on medication for my ADHD and anxiety. It's been a lot of shifts going on in my life that have gone on in my life. Going back on the medication has been helping me stay focused and stay on task. It's been a great time. Today's plan is very simple. I'm going to be adding some testimonies on my previous client's website. She had some updated reviews that she asked me to apply, and I said, girl, I got you. I started brand guidelines for my brand Essence Design Studio, and that has been very, very helpful when it comes to redesigning my website, because I've been redesigning my website and getting into this place where it matches my vision, specifically the direction of where I want to head. My taste is always expanding. It's always been a bit hard, difficult, challenging for me to ground it out and put it into words. Brand guidelines have been such a powerful point of reference for me to really reel that in and understand a bit deeper on what my taste and my style is and how I can format my messaging. And when it comes to marketing, it's been really great. So we're going to be doing testimonies for my client, my website and the brand guidelines, and some illustrative icons for my website. I have some ideas. When I've been outlining my website and designing the UI and finding progress, there's this lack of personality almost in certain sections, and I really pray to the Lord that designing some of these icons that match my brand will help fill in those spaces and fill in those gaps and give it more of that taste, flavor that I'm looking for. Also, I moved in last October. I moved in with my partner. It's been a big season of growth and a new mold. If you've been hanging out with me for a long time, I moved a lot last year. Or specifically, I moved a lot 2024. I had a big hiatus in 2025, posting shorts here and there, but you weren't getting a lot of face-to-face connection talking through long form video. And I specifically remember talking about how God was making me comfortable with being uncomfortable. I think I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable. I feel pretty uncomfortable most eras of this growing up journey and growing and stepping into this unknown and pivoting into a new career and quitting your full-time job because it's not what you want for your life, and having the support to do that while you grew up not having that support to do that, and having to live on survival mode your whole life, and then now finally being able to live and being able to take your time. That's uncomfortable. That is uncomfortable for those who have been living in survival mode their whole life. I'm still learning how to live, and I don't even know if I will ever be fully educated on how to live. None of us are. Okay, we're not doing existentialism. We are not, because God always has a plan. In this channel, you're gonna be seeing a lot of, I guess not much different than what I used to film. I'm happy we're here, and I'm happy to be back, and I've been thinking about this return for months. I'm gonna go get a coffee. I think I'm gonna be working on doing the testimonials at the coffee shop through my laptop. And then when I get back here, I will begin playing around on Adobe Illustrator with the design icons and my website, and I can show you a bit about where I am. Hope that you enjoy this journey as much as I enjoy this journey. In Jesus' name, amen. Lifestyle and design, baby. Let's get to it. a 6-week plan of Grow with Joe. It's a ultimate fat loss plan. It's my second day. 20-minute video of dancing. It's really simple, really easy, very fun even. So I'm about to start that for my workout of the day.
Early in the day, you increase circulation.
It goes by like this.
Let's do this.
So as she said, let's do this. Complete.
Checkered print, and I love checkered print things.
I've been kind of allowing my eyebrows to take fuller form. In the past, I'd really only pluck up here where my arch is, but I've been even cautious and experimental with that, letting my eyebrows grow fuller. When my eyebrows grow, if I were to just like never touch them, they get incredibly bushy and it really squares out my face. I'm avoiding that, but I am allowing my tails take more hair. I've also started to actually do my eyebrows in the morning. I use the brow gel you saw, and that is my holy grail of eyebrows. I love an eyebrow glue. It's just clear. It really, my eyebrows take form and take shape in the way that I like it. I feel it fits my face best. I'm just catching up with some Sierra Ann, and I'm going to illustrate some icons for my website for Essence. I don't really know what I want to do with that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just experiment. I want to play with some shapes. I went from super sharp icons and like liking sharp shapes, spiky type of feeling, linear lines, connecting triangles, that whole thing. And now I'm much more of like a rounded edge, bubbly type of shape person when it comes to design. So I want to see what I can experiment and make for my website. In the past, I would use Procreate. Over the past year or so, I've been training and familiarizing myself more with Adobe Illustrator, not just using it when I'm working client project, but actually practicing my skill, taking any project that I can onto Adobe Illustrator. I'm gonna pencil sketch them out like I've done in the past, transfer them over to my desktop, take them over to Illustrator, and then just trace them out. CJ should be home within the hour, so in case I don't talk to you from now until like tomorrow or so, hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that I just am excited to take you on this journey of expanding, building my brand, and really just like taking you on this journey further. If you've been here for a while, you've seen bits and pieces of it. I've really kind of funneled in. My scope is a bit more narrow in the best way possible. I'm here to just express myself, document my process, document my journey, and see myself grow along the way, and create a community that I can connect with and connect to and kind of support alongside that said journey. Also, a little behind the scenes ADHD speak. I recently started taking Adderall again for my ADHD, 5 milligrams 2 times a day. Some days I'd only take 1 because it didn't always feel necessary, and I'm like reintroducing my body, or was reintroducing my body to prescription and like medication. But we just transferred over to a extended release dose of 10 milligrams of Adderall, and let me tell you something, that is the way. Like, I'm feeling the difference in my energy levels. I'm comparing it to like the extended release is like the caffeine effect that you would get from a matcha, so it's like a slower release, versus like a shot of an espresso, that immediate spike, and then that like groggy calm down. It is the reason why I'm feeling like the want and confidence to speak and show up. Medication is okay if it helps you. That is a conversation that I was afraid to have for many, many years. Shameful of my needs of like getting benefit of medication. It's just the way I grew up and such, but like it's very necessary for some of us. It has changed my life for good reasons. Nothing but good reasons. Do what you have to do to make yourself live a full life, to allow yourself to live a full life. Amen. It's been 30 minutes of me designing this light bulb. My website right now, I'm using this cursor icon that I found off of Canva, but I wanted to have a light bulb like I mentioned, and then some pom-poms. My brand direction is very technical but bold, so I think this will keep a nice splash of technical feeling to the website. Different variations of the colors on it, but I do like the way that this is heading. I'm making like a pixelized one to keep it digital. For a moment I was struggling with the alignment of each square, but I brought out the grid and it's becoming a lot easier, and then I realized that in certain squares, I actually like overlap them when I initially thought they were the full square each time. So I am kind of struggling on getting it even and making it right. Not struggling, but just taking more conscious effort and making sure that everything is level. I'm also taking a look right now and I can see where it's straight on the sides of the light bulb. There's 3 squares and the one on the right side that I'm working on right now is a bit further up, if I'm not mistaken. I used to be really like focused and pretty good at getting things even without proper measurement, and I would pride myself in that because it always was like super satisfying. Level something out so perfectly and then to reference like a leveler or a ruler or a grid and see that I nailed it first try without needing to do that. A personal accomplishment. But I'm gonna go take a shower, and then when I get back out, we're gonna continue along with this light bulb, different color variations, and move on to the next icon. Yesterday I ended up experiencing an event. We'll call it an event I've never experienced before. Kind of changed the course, changed my mood, changed the course of my day. The clip that you saw of me designing the light bulb icon, that pretty much was the last of my work for today, or for yesterday. So we're gonna be carrying that over to today. Right now I am going to be heading to New Seasons. I want to have a yogurt bowl later. Me and CJ did our grocery shopping. We do it on somewhere between Thursday and Friday, maybe on a Saturday. The granola that we both prefer, Love Crunch, is not sold at Winco. This morning's plan, New Seasons for granola. On my way back, I'm stopping at Good Coffee. Grab an iced Americano. I think I am weaning off of lattes again. Gonna be experimenting with iced Americanos. Literally the next establishment aside of New Seasons. Coming back here, working on those icons again. After my icons, I want to play around more with my website. My goal is to have my website launched by the end of March. It's not an ambitious goal. That is me setting myself a deadline because this is my 4th revision on the website, and I do want it to look good, and I do want it to be in this direction that I am like feeling for and like looking for to portray my brand. Last week I did some brand guidelines, which really helps me ground the whole identity of my brand a bit further. So that's been very helpful. I think that's really gonna be about all of my day. I did hear back from a client. I've been working with a client for a wine tour company. I heard back from him yesterday. I'm going to be laying out the rest of his website, sending it out to him. Oh, but that's something that I'm going to be working on throughout the month. I'm going to be time blocking it. Oh, and then also my Grow with Joe workouts. We're going to be doing day 3. I have high hopes for the 6-week plan.
Surprise. These earplugs make your commute quieter than a line.
I've been working on this light bulb icon illustration or design since yesterday, and I am just now approaching it again. And this is how I originally was designing it. I was going pixel by pixel or square by square, trying to align it, but every time I got down further around, I was noticing that it just was not even, it wasn't equal, and it was misaligned. I'm glad this hit me because it simplified everything. I just copied all of that, paste it, and then we're gonna come over here and just flip it. Yes. So now we have a mirror, and then I can easily align it versus struggling to, oop, there is a squeaky brake car outside of my window, versus trying to align it and getting it just perfect. Now the circular aspect of the light bulb is complete and I can move on. And then I'm gonna take smaller squares and go down the line here, go down the line here, and then boom and boom. And to represent the brilliance, we're gonna do the lines, or maybe just like square by squares. I could also do something like this rather than the lines and stacking them up. We'll see what works best. That is the progress on my bulb icon. feel like I haven't talked to the camera all day, or I haven't talked to the camera all day. I feel like I haven't talked all day. I've been very focused, and the switch up of the extended release for my medication has been doing exactly what I need and exactly what I've been missing, I suppose. I've made a bunch of progress on my website. I was filming it, and then I realized that I pressed pause, and when I thought that I resumed the filming, when I was ready for it to resume, I didn't, and I didn't notice until I looked at my phone and it was black. I didn't even hear the sound of it like closing, you know, when the sound the camera makes when it closes out. I've kind of switched gears in the way that I am showcasing and presenting my services on the home page. I like this variation of it much better. For the icons that I was working on yesterday, I did get further along for the light bulb illustration that I was considering, but it started to look like a play button, and then I put like a background, put a backdrop. It started to look like a play button, like a power button on an Xbox or like some type of game console, and I do like it. I just don't think it's gonna be necessary to add on my website, but then again, I am still workshopping it and experimenting with that. There is really great things or mindset shift that I've had since this week actually, because there's been moments where I'm like looking or like I'm considering my website and I think that I don't like it, but then I open it and I feel relieved because I'm actually pleased with what I'm seeing. It feels like right now there's a good balance and it's not doing too much. I do still need to find out how I want to design the free value aspects of my site, kind of demonstrating my mindset within designing and my process, but that part will come. So I want to try to get as much done within like the thinking portion of my website copy, or at least started within the next 30 minutes. I am then going to start playing around with the copy. I think I really just need to change the font for one, and then maybe throw in some details within the icons. And that's what I wanted the icons for, but I haven't played around with other options such as shapes and the pom-pom idea that I was having for like the encouragement aspect of my brand voice. I'm feeling really pleased. The focus that I was having was extraordinary. I picked up an iced Americano. I actually still have it. I picked that up from Good Coffee again this morning. I've been having like interesting sleep patterns, very inconsistent. Last night I woke up around like 1 and my nose was very sniffly, but I quickly went back to sleep, and then I woke up again around 5. Me and my partner kind of went to sleep really early, or like earlier than we had earlier in the week. We were asleep by like 10. That's the time I ideally and imagine myself sleeping in. I like waking up early. I like waking up before 9. So when I woke up, I just started getting ready. I took a shower and then I went straight to get a coffee. I came back and I was feeling a bit anxious. Once I was like referring to design reference, and I was watching videos of the course that I took for my business aspect and web designing, I was just referring back to that and listening, and then I felt more encouraged and like calm, and I had a moment with myself where I just like took a step. I like gave myself a second, was just breathing. Very impactful. Oh yeah, when I was waking up, I don't think I finished kind of talking about that. When I woke up at 5 a.m., my stomach was in so much pain. I changed my eating habits a lot, went off of the train of like a very nice and healthy eating relationship with food, and my stomach was like hurting pretty bad, and I was feeling very bubbly and gassy. It kept me up, and my nose was freaking, it's like oozing out. Sorry, TMI, but it was just like oozing, and I could not stop, and I would like blow my nose. And I know this is related to dairy because I thought that maybe I wasn't too sensitive to dairy, but I've been eating Greek yogurt bowls for breakfast. They're my go-to. They're so good consistently for like the past 2 months, and I'm noticing my congestion and like the symptoms of what my nose does here when I do eat dairy. I had a Greek bowl this morning, but the plan is to start eating and like grabbing coconut yogurt like I have had in the past in place of that Greek yogurt. So just going for a non-dairy option. Day 4 of working out with Grow with Joe. Success, just completed that. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Oh, let me show you the website. Or let me show you because I thought that maybe I should rotate. This is what my homepage looks like. This part will be reworked. This is that free value aspect that I was telling you about. But I've been working on this, and this is just a draft of description. Obviously, nothing is really aligned and centered and placed in the exact way that it will be. I was kind of like overthinking, overseeking, and just really overdoing the process of how I wanted my website to look. So I decided to just keep real projects that I've done for each service package and just display them. I know it sounds like I'm thinking that's rocket science, but really just keeping it simple. I was doing too much. Another free value aspect that I'm brainstorming and playing around with. Testimonials. Mind you, the colors will be different because the phone is obviously picking it up wrong. A mini about me, a place where they can contact and and connect me, and then my footer. So the homepage is almost done, and then we have our CT up here. This will scroll upon opening. Look at all my tabs. Goodness. They'll be able to click this and it'll take them to, I think, my about me. I haven't decided completely, but it'll take me to another one of my pages on my website. So I'm feeling pretty pleased with this. It definitely feels like it's aligned. It's going for that more bold but like technical aspect or direction that I'm looking for. Very compact and straightforward. I am coming out of a place of absorbing too much information, pulling from too many systems or work processes from other like more advanced designers who have been in the game for like nearly 10 years. It would result in me overthinking about what I'm doing and how, or like the direction that I want to go in. So natural, so normal, I know, but it was causing conflict in the way that I was designing my website. My need to pause or like redo and just doubt my vision. But I have been like dissecting that mindset again. A lot of patterns that I thought I had broken out of had been coming up. So much change has happened in such a short amount of time. And somebody as, oh, Nini's. Hi, Nini. Oh, shoot. Okay, it's a small space, and he does like to do this, but I'll let him do this thing. He's gonna jump down in literally 2 seconds. What was I saying? Oh, as someone who's severely, like, I just neurodivergent AF, it takes me time to like adjust to like new environments and kind of stabilize, and it makes day-to-day a bit challenging, and I picked up old habits, but I'm noticing them a lot quicker, and I know what works, so I just need to allow myself and be patient and take the time picking up, redoing, re-establishing those habits in a practical way for my life as is now. Just having and allowing myself to have more balance. Here you go. Come on, Nini's, come down. Nini's, come. It feels great to see myself clear the path. Or it's not even just me, but it feels good to like allow God to clear the path. Keep my head screwed on the path that I know He has promised me success in and destined me. Working with the Lord in these ways, knowing that He has told you yes, He has given you the go. He said that this is it for you. And then going through this, I'm having trouble explaining it, but I just know that the path that I'm on is correct. The mind wants to basically redirect and distract you because it's something that you've never done before. This is also new to me. I've literally pivoted my whole life. I am a self-taught designer. This is my first year in business. I am in love. I've never been in love before. I was saved by God last year, and He has changed my life for the better. And there's just a lot of big, major, maturing, lovely, glorious changes that have been integrated and become my life. And I'm very grateful. When you pivot and you change your whole life and mindset and direction, you just know so certain about a certain thing. You must just trust the process and continue to live your life and do it while doing that, but not self-abandoning, which is a pattern that I have. Self-abandonment is not the word. That feels a bit extreme, but I definitely tend to like put myself on the back burner when I am including others. This is a bit vulnerable. I don't know if this will make it, but I hope that if I do share this, that somebody can relate with this. Tomorrow's Friday. It'll just be a content editing day. So I don't think I'll film, but I will see you guys in the future. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me. It's incredible. I hope to keep this. I have a schedule that I've made for myself yesterday. I think I mentioned that. And it's very structured and it goes day to day. Concept of the day and of the schedule stays the same, even though the tasks will switch, of course, naturally. This is a part of that schedule, and Fridays are my content days. Thanks for growing with me. Thanks for going on this journey with me, and thanks for showing up. Okay, my name is Kaycee Francisca. I am a designer, graphic designer, web designer, brand designer. I have made this my career, and I'm pivoting and I'm growing in it, and I hope that this journey you would come along with me.